Hey y'all, how my family out there doing? Happy engagement season. This is a great and fantastic time of the year for all my engaged couples to tune in. I got some information for y'all. But if you're tuning in on a Thursday, you must be tuning in because it is a Let's Toast to Thursday edition. So please grab your whatever you have and come on, let's toast to Thursday. If you're joining my channel for the first time, first of all, thank you. And please take a second or two to like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff to my page because here is where you're going to come to get all your wedding information, your tips, all that great stuff. So, my name is Keandria Pollard. I go by the name of Kiki because for some reason, people always forget I have an A before the A and they mispronounce my name and it drives me nuts. So, y'all call me Kiki, okay? I am a wedding planner, experienced wedding chaos coordinator. I'm a wedding officiant and I have a marriage resource company here in the city of Richmond in the state of Virginia. We have been operational since 2015. So today I am going to not keep you long, but I'm going to be strong. And I'm just going to give you some tips. So I know it's engagement season. A lot of people is getting engaged. It's not over with yet. So if you are hoping to get that ring, just hold on because we got another, good month, about 5 more weeks left. So you may be still getting that ring that you want after all. So today we're going to talk about what are the first 3 things you should do once you get engaged. Okay? What are the 3 things you should do once you get engaged? Because a lot of time people get engaged and then they're like, nah, what am I supposed to do? They just go crazy. Their mind start going in a whirlwind. They just doing everything. They start picking colors and whatever wedding dress they want and all that good stuff. Then all that is needed, but it's not needed first. So y'all want to know the very first thing you should do once you get engaged? Y'all want? Gotta come in a little closer. Everybody don't know this. I ain't even gonna tell everybody, but I'm gonna tell y'all because I want y'all to know. The very, very first thing you should do once you get engaged is nothing. Don't do nothing. Do absolutely nothing. Now, what do you mean, Keek? What you mean do nothing? Relax. Enjoy your moment. Just live in the bask of just being a now fiance. Think about the proposal. Just think about your love story. Think about the love you have for your fiance. Don't start planning right away. Don't start jumping over into the deep end and thinking about wedding colors and wedding dates and venues. No. We're going to breathe. We're going to relax. We're going to enjoy the fact that we're engaged. If you want to do something, think about how you're going to announce it to your family. Find a fun way to announce your engagement to your family if they wasn't part of the proposal. Just relax. Have a good time. Enjoy your fiance. Enjoy the non-stress and non-chaotic life of trying to plan a wedding because trust me, it can get very chaotic. So just relax. Enjoy yourself. I said give yourself a good 2, 3, 4 weeks of doing nothing but just basking in the ambiance of being engaged. That's the very first thing you should do because you're going to need to take a breath. Okay? Because now it's a real thing. So that's thing number 1 you should do. Number 2, after you take a breath, you and your significant other need to sit down and actually decide what it is that you want. Come up with a good 3 non-negotiables, 3 must-haves in your wedding, 3 things that you say, okay, I don't care what happened, but we got to get married in October. Like October is, my birthday, my grandparents got married in October and they've been married for 65 years, whatever the case may be. Find out the most important parts of your wedding day. If you say, okay, listen, I don't know, but pastor such and such has to be the officiant. You know what I'm saying? Figure that out. Like, I'm not sure, but I definitely want to have a destination wedding. Like, I don't even want to be here in the States. I want to be on a boat. I want to be on an island. Just name a good, like I said, 3 things that like non-negotiable. You have to really discuss your vision your wants, your desires that you want for your wedding day. It's very, very important, okay? Because like I said, things can get very chaotic. And if you don't have a starting point, if you don't have a point that you can go back, your focal point that you can go back to and say, okay, this is what our original goal was, to make sure y'all don't mix that in all the hoopla and wedding planning, then you will get frustrated. You will, get upset. You're going to have you might end up breaking the wedding planning process and all that stuff, because it can become very convoluted. And in order to stop it from doing it, you have to have a starting point. You have to have a game plan. So you have to sit there with your significant others, come up with at least 3 must-have non-negotiable facts of your wedding, and then think about just the overall theme, the flow. What else is it that you want on your wedding day? You know what I'm saying? Well, with all that, you have to come up with some type of budget. You have to start doing some type of light research on what the prices are. Ask your girlfriend or your boyfriends that that just got married, how much did they spend on certain part? How much did their vendors cost? Photography. If you already have your eyes on certain photographers that you already like, go on their website, look at their prices. Wedding planners, officiants, florists, bakers, all that stuff. You have to have an idea of how much things cost, because that is another big misconception on planning weddings that couples have, is they be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna spend $10,000. Okay, for $10,000, you might, I hope you have about 50, 60 people, because $10,000 nowadays is not gonna carry you much of nowhere, and that is the truth. So definitely go back. Like I said, step 1, relax, don't do anything. Step 2 is to come up with your non-negotiables. What is it that you definitely have to have on your wedding day? And then come up with your theme, your plan, what kind of flow that you want on you. And if you don't have all the answers to that, that's fine. If you have never thought about your wedding day, a day of your life, you have no idea what it is you want or don't want, that's fine too. But you have to come up with some type of budget. You have to come up with some type of budget. And those two can kind of go hand in hand. Figuring out your budget and figuring out your desires and stuff like that. Because your budget, again, is $10,000. But you want to have steak and lobster at your reception, and you want to have 200 people. You're not going to be able to do that. Unless you have your reception at Golden Corral, the open buffet, you're not going to be able to accomplish something like that. The prices don't meet your desires. So come up with your budget. And the third thing you should do after you come up with your budget, after you relax and come up with your desires and your budget, hire a planner. Hire a planner. I know that people say, oh my God, a planner, it costs, thousands of dollars for a planner. But you're going to save thousands of dollars once you get a planner. Want me to tell you why? Because we know tips and trades and ideas and all those kind of things to kind of keep you within your budget. We know certain vendors that can fit into your theme. If you want a 80s, 90s theme reception, you want all those kind of music and songs that get you back in the 80s and 90s. We know certain musicians, live bands, DJs that can help accomplish that. We know certain decorators that will blow that theme out the water. So although you think that hiring a planner may be costly, and I'm not gonna lie, it could be, but it's gonna really save you some money. It's gonna give you a peace of mind to have someone to bounce ideas off of. Because if you never planned a wedding, your fiance never planned a wedding, then y'all just sitting here looking like, what are we supposed to do? Then you can definitely go to your family and friends and all this stuff for advice and tips and stuff like that. But everybody know your own is different. Your own, for example, when you leave your parents' home and you go and you buy your own home, but you go back to your parents' home and you might even stay for a while or something like that. But it's something about going back home to your house, because ain't nothing like your own. So that's another thing about planning a wedding. Now, although people have their experience and they can give you all these tips and trades from planning their wedding, ain't nothing like your own, because it's always going to be something that's been thrown in there that wasn't considered in other people's wedding. Which is why you need a professional to help you come along and kind of help iron those things out. So I know that, sometimes it may not be in people budgets to hire a planner. I understand that. And you really say, okay, listen, I understand you said hire a planner, but I'm going to do this micro wedding thing because I want to keep my costs down. And keeping your costs down, and you're going to keep it to the 50 or 60 guests because you want to keep your budget within a certain number. And y'all got that tip from my book, right? How to Jump the Broom Without Falling into Debt. You know that already. You know one of the ways, the top ways of saving money in your wedding is to not invite that many people. Unfortunately, micro weddings is the way to go. I'm just trying to tell you. But anyway, so you might say, hey, listen, I really can't afford a planner because I'm trying to keep my costs down. I have to DIY this thing. Then after you decide not to get a planner and you have to DIY yourself, you really have to get some type of structure to keep you on track with planning. And you can say, well, Kiki, like, where am I going to get that from? It's a lot of books out there. There's a lot of planning manuals out there on different websites and stuff like that. But don't y'all worry. Don't y'all worry, because that's what I got something for you. Because coming this spring, Let's Toast Events going to have their own planning manual. That's right. We're going to have a planning manual that talks exactly about what I'm talking about right now. It's going to give you step by step on what you need to do to plan your wedding. And it's going to have tangible steps in there. And you can be able to carry that book along with you when you go, to your different vendor appointments. Even if you have a planner, you can have that guide just to keep along with what the planner already has, so you can be on the same page. Because if y'all had a meeting and then you take your notes and y'all just went to a couple of different venues, and then later on that evening you want to talk to your fiance about what happened, and be like, oh man, what's the name of it? Oh shoot, did it have parking? Did it? And then you can go back to your planning manual and you can look it up and be like, oh, okay, X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to have that drop in the spring. So I'm just giving y'all tips along the way because it is engagement season. I know that although I say wait a little bit, y'all ain't going to wait because y'all too excited. But some of y'all are. And if you can wait just a little bit longer, I am going to help you out because I am going to drop this planning manual that is going to blow your socks off. It's going to be just a lifesaver in the wedding planning. And again, don't forget to get my book, How to Jump the Broom Without Falling into Debt. Literally, how to get married and not have the pitfalls of debt to follow you in your marriage, because we don't want that, because we know that money can be one of the top reasons why that is the 4 out of 10 people divorce due to money, and we don't want you in their statistics. So that's one of the, so let's not start the marriage that way, okay? Let's figure out ways to cut costs, and not even so much if you just need to cut costs. Maybe you have the budget to do it, but it's just fine. It actually has different ways and tips and just different ideas in there that you probably never even cross your mind on ways that you can do certain things. Like I was talking to this one couple the other day, and something as simple as she's saying that they had an open bar, but the open bar will close after they consume, I think maybe like 5 or 6 bottles of champagne. And she said, so how are we going to do the toast? When it comes time to toast, people are not going to have, champagne to drink. I said, yes, they will. Tell them to whatever's in your cup, we're about to start toasting. Like, you don't have to do a whole nother kit and caboodle. Like, whatever they are drinking. Because some people, when they have like an open bar, they think when it's come time to do a toast, they also have to provide like some type of sparkling cider or some type of champagne or wine or something like that to toast to, but you don't, because some people don't drink that. And if they already had a cocktail of their choice that they've been choosing all night, then when it comes time to toast, they're going to still want to toast with that. So don't even give yourself the extra fees of trying to get all these bottles of champagne for everyone to toast to. Now, if you want a couple of bottles because you know that some people really like champagne and it's still a good added touch, and maybe you want champagne to toast to, that's fine. But don't think you need to do the 5 people per bottle times however many. You don't have to buy those many bottles. You really don't. So again, that's just another tip. I'm getting it to y'all for free. So again, step one, once you get engaged, you need to do nothing. Sit back, relax, enjoy it, soak it all in, figure out a way to tell your family and friends. Step two, come up with your most desired parts that you want to make sure that it's incorporated in your wedding. At least come up with a good 3 of them. You and your fiance need to sit down and think about that. Because when y'all come up with that, you need to come up with a budget. Do a little research. Just go online and see what's the average cost of a photographer. What's the average cost of a venue? Go on Wedding Wire, the Nod, Thumbtack. A lot of people have their prices already listed. I have my prices listed because guess what? Let's not do the guesswork. You know, if you want to come to Let's Toast events, this is your starting cost. So either you want to start here or maybe it's not for you, and that's fine either way. But that's what you have to do. And the third thing you have to do is get a planner. You're going to have to get a planner because we are going to keep you on track. I have never heard someone say, I wish I never got a planner. But I have heard timeless numbers of time where couples will say, I wish I would have gotten a planner. Because they might DIY and then they end up getting vendors that they wasn't favorable towards the end of their wedding, or as the planning process went along, we're like, oh my goodness, I wish I didn't hire X, Y, and Z. I wonder who you would have hired. Yeah, I had some people that would help us to avoid the situation we're dealing with here, but we're going to make the best of it. So those are the 3 things you need to do once you first get engaged. This is a lot of information. I'm dropping all the gems that I can to help my people out, but don't worry. Like I said, I have a planning manual that is going to be coming your way. You can use it as a DIY manual, but again, I said you can have it along with you in the planning process to help keep you on track with what's going on, so you would know what to expect, what you should do next in X, Y, and Z, And always make sure you don't forget to get my book, How to Jump the Broom Without Falling into Debt. If I tell you all you have to do is give me $15 and I will give you back maybe $1,500 or upwards of $1,500, those odds are pretty high, right? When you want to do that, if you was to invest and get this book, you can save a minimum of $1,500. If you implement some of the tips, a good amount of the tips, you're going to save a whole lot of money. I promise you. So in the meanwhile, I hope you all are enjoying your engagement. I hope you're having a fun engagement season. If you need any tips on how to propose, when to propose, if you want to get your proposal captured in that stuff, hit us up. We'll help you out any way we can. We like to plan these beautiful moments for our couples. You can please like, comment, follow us here on YouTube at Let's Toast Events. If you follow us on the other platforms, thank you. If you are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, make sure you go to Let's Toast Events. Follow us everywhere because I drop different tips and stuff on the different platforms that I'm on. So I hope this information was very, very helpful for you all. Let's toast a Thursday, because you know what? We do it for love, we do it for life, and we toast it all. Love, life, and let's toast.